Hi crafty friends, Melissa Minor here. Thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am celebrating my friend Julie Scott. Her YouTube channel is Craft with Julie and she has reached 2,000 subscribers. So several of us have gotten together and we are going to scrap lift one of Julie's layouts. So congratulations, Julie, on hitting 2,000 subscribers. That is amazing, and we love you, and I'm so excited for you. All right, let's go over to my iPad and take a look at the sketch I've chosen. So this is the sketch I've chosen. Julie made this, I think, back in January. And I remember when she made this layout and I really loved it at the time. It was made with close to my heart supplies. And I like that in her video, she had all the measurements too. So it made it super easy to scrap lift. I'll be sure to link her video down below in the description box. So I went through my supplies and I've picked out a few things that I think are going to work for this layout. This is the Simple Vintage Yuletide collection from Simple Stories. So I've got these 3x4 cut apart cards that I think will work for the 3x4 size on the layout. Then I've also got these little 2x2 cut aparts, and let me measure these. Yes, they are 2x2. So I think these are going to tie in nicely to her design. I've also got the sticker sheet from the collection, so I'd like to bring in some of these stickers if I can, and maybe some other things. But let me set this aside and let's go ahead and get started. So I've chosen this gorgeous background paper, and I went ahead and placed a piece of 9x9 red polka dot on the top. Again, this is all the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Yuletide collection. And then I've went ahead and cut these cut aparts apart. cut aparts apart. Oh my. So these are 3x4 in size, and these little squares are 2x2. And I'm looking at Julie's sketch, and I don't have my photos printed, so I'm bringing in the back side of a photo. A lot of times when I print a photo and it's like an extra photo, I'll just stick it off to the side of my desk, and then I'll use it for like placeholders when I am trying to figure out what size I need. So that's what I've done here. I've taken just a scrap photo and placed it upside down. And looks like I need another one. So let me look in my pile here to get another 3x4 photo. Now in Julie's sketch, she had a couple 2x2 photos. Instead of the 2x2 photos, I think I'm going to go with some more cut aparts. So I have 4 of the 2x2 squares here. And this layout is really coming together easily with these cut aparts. So I love the vintage feel of this. And doesn't that look so pretty? So I think this is where I'm going to start. I've got a good base. Let me print some pictures and I'll be right back. Okay, I printed a couple photos. So that's my boyfriend Dale and my daughter Tatum. And this is from last Christmas. We went to St. Charles, Missouri to their St. Charles Christmas traditions. And it's where they line the streets with all kinds of Christmas decorations. And my daughter refers to it as it's like we walked right into a Hallmark movie. So I just love it. I have lots of photos from this weekend trip that we took last year. We do plan on going back this year, so I'm really looking forward to that. All right, I think I want to distress the edges with this Distress Oxide Vintage Photo Color. So I'll do a couple of these now, and then I'll finish the rest of these up off camera. But you see how just adding in that little bit of that vintage photo color just really makes these pop. So I love that. Okay, I have went ahead and distressed all the edges of the pieces, and I think that looks nice. So now I'm ready to start gluing things down. I'm going to go ahead and commit because I'm really happy with this layout design that Julie gave us all the measurements for. So let me go ahead and stick a few of these down. So I've got my 3x4 photos there, and it's been a long time since I haven't added a mat to my photo. So I looked at Julie's layout and she didn't have a photo mat, and it's something that I always do, and I really like this design without the photo mat. So that's really changing it up for me. Just want to make sure that I get these straight, and these need to line up with the 3x4 cut apart there. So I want to make sure that everything is in the same line. So I'm just gonna move these around a little bit. Now, if you wanted to save paper, you could gut that background paper, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just going to glue this down. Now, I have this sticker, and I looked at Julie's sketch again, and she has some strips going across the back of the layout. So before I glue my photo piece down, I need to add some strips. Now, this sticker was not quite 12 by 12. So what I'm going to do is, I only need a little bit of it anyway. I've taken a little powder tool and removed the stick, so now I'm adding some adhesive to the back. And it has a little like distressing on it already, so I think these are cute. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this, and this way it's going to reach all the way from edge to edge. Now, if I wouldn't have done this, it wouldn't have reached all the way across because it looked like it was just a little bit short. And I love this red polka dot, the smaller design for the polka dot. I think that looks really good in the background. So Julie said her strips were like a 1/2 inch, a 1.5 inch, and then she had a zip strip. So I don't have those exact pieces, but I'm going to use this sticker for one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this here behind my photos. And yeah, I like that. So then now let me look in my paper and see if I can find some more strips. I like this little zip strip here with the green, and you'll notice on the Simple Stories papers, the zip strips don't go all the way across. They're not 12 by 12, but that's okay because I'm hiding a little bit of it. So I'm just going to trim this out, and then I can use this little green strip on my layout as well, since I'm just using little pieces. So I'm not wasting any of this paper pack. I love every piece in it, and I plan on using it all. Okay, so I'm going to just do the same thing here and snip off a little bit of this green to put behind there. So I think that's going to look good. Let me add a little tape runner to the back, and I'll just glue it right on top. I've got the straight edge on the side, so I'll just glue this directly on top of that other piece, and then I'll repeat this over on the right-hand side. At first I was like, I didn't want to cover up the pretty background paper because it's got those florals, but I do like the way this looks and just adds an extra element to my page by adding these little strips over here. I just think it gives it a little extra interest and dimension even, because it looks like the florals are behind the paper strips. All right, following along with Julie's sketch, she had 3 strips, so I need one more. So before I glue this down, I found this sheet. Now this is the other side of a cut apart sheet, but I've already used a few of those cut aparts, and I looked through them, and I don't think I would be using these 3 that I actually am using the back of this paper. So I'm going to glue this red and white stripe down, and I think that that's going to give that lots of interest here. Now I could have preserved this and cut the center out, but I didn't on this one. I just went ahead and glued the whole strip down. And there, I love that. I think that looks so pretty. All right, now I want to bring in some flowers. I love adding these paper flowers to my layouts. So I've brought in some paper flowers from Prima. And let me see if these have a name. Don't think they do. And I cut this little strip apart. The leaves came in the package as well. And then I cut this little tag here, and that's where I'm going to do my journaling. I don't really have much to say, just where we were and the date, so I will journal that off camera. And now I'm going to look through the sticker sheet to see if there's anything else that I want to use. All these stickers are so pretty. All right, so I did go ahead and glue the flowers down. I added a couple stickers. You'll see one in the upper left, and then a little set of leaves on the right. Now I'm going to bring in some Shimmerz paints. This is the color gold. This is a Gold Digger, and it's a color splash. And I am on the Shimmerz Paints design team. So if you decide to place an order with Shimmerz Paints, you can leave my name, Melissa Minor, in the comments section of your order, and Shimmerz Paints will send you a free paint. So it's a great way to build up your paint collection, and you can add my name to every order that you place on the Shimmerz Paints website. So that's fun. And this Gold Digger is my favorite. I use it on, I think, almost all of my layouts. If I'm not using whites of their eyes, I'm using Gold Digger. So those are 2 good ones. and it's really shimmery when it dries. So I'm just dipping the nozzle into the paint and then splattering it all around. You'll see I did take some scrap pieces of paper and I covered up my photos so that no paint gets on them. Okay, so I've got the splatters, I've got my journaling, I've got my flowers, I've got everything glued down, and right now I'm showing you the layout. I think I'm finished, and then I set it back down and I turn the camera off and I'm like, oh wait, there's some more stuff I want to add. So I'm going to add a few more things just to jazz it up a little bit more. I've got this little list that I set beside me, and it just reminds me of things that will elevate my layouts. And so a couple of those things are sequins. Have I added sequins? So these are from Pink Fresh, and these sequins are so pretty. So I'm going to add some of these. These are called Clear with Gold Dust. That's the name of them. And Pink Fresh, I think, has the prettiest sequins that there are. So I'm adding a few of those. I'm also adding a little bit of tangled thread. So another thing that's on my Elevate Your Layouts list is tangled thread. So I have some thread here that I picked up. This is from Walmart, but it's really shimmery. And so I'm just going to make a little nest of the thread here. And I'm going to glue this down. And I'm going to just tuck this in, add a little tacky glue here, and tuck this in behind my flowers. And that is going to elevate this layout just a little bit more. And I love the way that looks. So that's going to finish up today's layout. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. I will have links to everything I use down below in the description box, and I really appreciate when you shop my links, as that helps support me and my YouTube channel. Again, congrats to Julie on 2,000 subscribers. That is amazing. We are all so proud of you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye. Make sure you check out all my friends' links down below too. They're hopping along, they're playing along and making layouts for Julie.